Jake, you've been pretty quiet lately. Is everything okay? You seem like you've got a lot on your mind.
I've been thinking about something pretty big lately, and honestly, I'm not sure what to do.
Oh? What's going on? You know you can talk to me about anything.
I know. That's why I wanted to talk to you first. I'm thinking about quitting my job.
Wait, really? I mean, I know you've been frustrated with it for a while, but quitting, that's a big decision. What brought this on?
It's been building for a while now. I feel like I'm just going through the motions. I don't feel passionate about what I'm doing anymore. It's like I'm stuck in a loop, and I can't shake the feeling that I'm meant to be doing something else.
That's tough, Jake. I know how much your job has meant to you in the past. What changed? Is it the workload or something else?
It's more than that. It's like I've always had this dream of starting my own business, something that really excites me. But I've been putting it off because I thought sticking with the safe job was the smart move. But now it feels like I'm wasting time, and the longer I stay, the more I feel like I'm letting that dream slip away.
Wow, that's a lot to process. Starting your own business is a huge step, but I can see why it's been on your mind. Do you have a specific idea in mind, or is this more about wanting something new?
I actually have an idea that I've been working on for a while. It's a small online business centered around sustainable products. I've done some market research, and I think there's real potential. The problem is, I don't know if I'm ready to take that leap. It's risky, and I don't want to make a mistake.
It's totally understandable to feel that way. Leaving a stable job for something uncertain is a huge decision, and there are definitely risks. But at the same time, if you're passionate about it and you've done the research, maybe it's worth considering.
That's what I'm struggling with. On one hand, I know this could be something amazing, but on the other hand, I don't want to throw away everything I've built at my current job.
It's a tricky situation. You have to weigh the pros and cons carefully. But one thing to remember is that your happiness and fulfillment are just as important as stability. If you're truly unhappy where you are, maybe it's time to think about what you want in the long term.
That's the thing. I've been thinking so much about the long term lately. Do I really want to look back in 5 or 10 years and wonder what could have happened if I took the chance? But then I also think about the security of having a steady paycheck.
Totally. Financial security is a huge factor, especially if you're considering starting something from scratch. Have you thought about a way to transition more gradually, like keeping your job while working on your business on the side?
I've thought about that, but the idea of balancing both seems overwhelming. I wouldn't be able to give 100% to either one, and I feel like I'd be stuck in the same place, halfway in and halfway out.
That's a fair point. You don't want to burn out trying to juggle everything. But I guess the question is, how much are you willing to sacrifice to make this dream a reality? Sometimes the hardest part is taking that first step, but after that, things start to fall into place.
Yeah, you're right. It's just hard to know if this is the right time. There's never really a perfect time to make a big change like this, but I keep thinking about everything that could go wrong.
That's natural. I think everyone feels that way when they're on the verge of a big decision. But you've already done some groundwork, which is more than most people do before starting something new. Plus, you have a passion for this project. That has to count for something.
It does. I've been reading up on entrepreneurship, and one thing that stands out is that most successful people talk about how they didn't have everything figured out when they started. They just took the leap and learned as they went.
Exactly. You don't have to have every single detail planned out before you start. You can adjust and adapt as you go. What's important is that you're willing to take that risk and trust yourself to figure things out along the way.
I want to be that kind of person, the one who goes for it even when it's scary. I guess the fear of failure has been holding me back.
Failure is a possibility, sure, but so is success. And even if things don't go perfectly, you'll learn so much along the way. You can always go back to a regular job if it doesn't work out, but at least you won't have to live with the what if.
You're right, Emma. I think that's what's been gnawing at me the most, the what if factor. If I don't do this now, I'll always wonder. But I still need a solid plan. I can't just dive in without thinking it through.
Of course, you don't want to go in completely blind. It sounds like you've already done a lot of prep work, though. Maybe now it's just about refining the plan, making sure you have enough saved up to cover your expenses for a while, and then taking that leap.
Yeah, I think that's the best approach. I've saved up a decent amount, so I should be okay for a few months while I get the business off the ground. I just need to tighten up some details.
That's great. Having that safety net will definitely help ease the stress of the transition. And remember, you don't have to do everything alone. There are resources, mentors, and even friends who can support you along the way.
That's true. I've actually been networking with a few people in the sustainability industry. They've given me some great advice, and it's encouraging to know that there's a community out there that I can tap into.
That's awesome, Jake. It sounds like you're more prepared than you think. I believe in you, and I know that if you put your heart into this, you're going to make it work.
Thanks, Emma. I really needed this conversation. I feel more confident about moving forward now. I'm still nervous, but I'm ready to take the leap.
That's the spirit. Nervous is good. It means you care. And no matter what happens, you're going to learn and grow from this experience. You've got what it takes to make this dream a reality.
Thanks, Emma. I couldn't have asked for a better friend to talk this through with. Here's to chasing dreams and taking risks.
You got it. And don't forget, I'm here for you every step of the way. So now that you've made the decision, what's your next step? Have you thought about how you're going to start this business?
Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about that. I need to figure out a few key things, like finalizing my product line, building a website, and figuring out how to market the business. It's a lot, honestly. I'm excited, but I'm also a little overwhelmed by how much there is to do.
That's understandable. Starting a business is no small task. But the good news is, you don't have to do it all at once. Take it step by step. What's your first priority?
I think my first priority is getting the website up and running. I've already got a basic design in mind, but I need to work out the details, how the store will function, shipping options, all that stuff. It's important to get that foundation right before I start promoting it.
Definitely. The website is your storefront, so it needs to be user-friendly and professional. But don't let it stress you out too much. You can always tweak things as you go. It doesn't have to be perfect right from the start.
That's what I keep telling myself. I just want it to be good enough so that when people visit, they see the value in what I'm offering. I want them to feel like they can trust my brand.
And they will. You're passionate about sustainability, and that will come across in everything you do. People appreciate authenticity. As long as you stay true to your values, your customers will recognize that.
Thanks, Emma. That means a lot. I want this business to stand out, but I also want it to reflect who I am. I've been researching other sustainable brands to get some inspiration, but I don't want to just copy what they're doing. I want to create something unique.
That's a great mindset. There's a lot of competition out there, but your unique perspective will set you apart. Plus, you've got a real passion for this. It's not just about making money, it's about making a difference.
Exactly. That's what motivates me. I want to create products that are not only good for the environment, but also affordable and accessible to people who might not otherwise consider sustainable options.
That's an awesome mission. You've got a clear vision, and that's going to resonate with a lot of people. But remember, you don't have to figure everything out on your own. Have you thought about getting some help? Maybe hiring a web designer or someone to assist with marketing?
I've considered it, but I'm trying to keep costs low at the beginning. I'd love to hire people down the line, but right now, I'm thinking I'll try to do most of it myself, at least until I get the business off the ground.
That makes sense. It's smart to be mindful of expenses, especially when you're just starting out. But don't be afraid to reach out to freelancers or even friends who might be able to help for a lower cost. Sometimes, delegating certain tasks can free up your time to focus on the bigger picture.
Yeah, that's true. I'll look into that. It'd be nice to have some help with the technical stuff, especially since I'm not exactly a web development expert. I can handle the basics, but I want the site to look professional.
Totally. The good news is there are tons of affordable options out there for web design. You don't have to hire a full-time team, just someone who can give you a solid foundation to build on.
Even with all this planning, I still have moments where I doubt myself. Like, what if this doesn't work? What if I've made a huge mistake quitting my job?
That's normal, Jake. Every entrepreneur feels that way at some point. It's part of the process. The key is not to let those doubts stop you. You've already taken a huge step by making the decision to follow your dream. That takes courage.
I guess so. I just don't want to look back and feel like I made a reckless choice. I've always been the type to play it safe, so this is a big shift for me.
It's a big shift, but it's also a big opportunity. You've done the research, you've saved up, and you have a solid plan. That's not reckless. It's calculated risk-taking. And even if things don't go exactly as planned, you'll learn and grow from the experience.
I appreciate you saying that. It helps to hear it from someone else. I think I've been too caught up in my own head, second-guessing everything.
That's totally normal. But you've got to remind yourself why you're doing this in the first place. You want to create something meaningful, something that aligns with your values. That's worth taking a risk for.
You're right. I just need to stay focused on the end goal and not get overwhelmed by all the little details.
Exactly. And don't forget, you're not alone in this. You've got people who believe in you and want to see you succeed. Lean on your support system when you need to.
Thanks, Emma. I don't know what I'd do without you. You've been a huge help through all of this.
Anytime. You know I'm always here for you. And hey, once your business takes off, you can hire me as your marketing manager. I'll be the one promoting your brand to everyone I know.
Deal. I'd be lucky to have you on my team.
You're going to crush it, Jake. Just take it one step at a time, and don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it.
Thanks, Emma. I'm feeling a lot more confident about this now. I'm ready to take the next step.
Good. You've got this. I can't wait to see what you do next.
Me too. Here's to making dreams happen.
Cheers to that. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and stay tuned for the upcoming episodes to keep improving your English. And remember, listening, practice, and improve.